Today I'd like to talk with you about the resilience of the Dutch healthcare system, and hopefully that will inspire you in other systems. We have a big worry. Many people are worrying in my country, will we be able to spend for healthcare for the next decades? And will we be able to provide the highest quality of care to all people and patients in the Netherlands? We, as many other countries, face this challenge. What are the biggest categories of spending and where's the growth? What we've seen is that all categories in the healthcare systems are growing in terms of spending. And we've seen that mainly two ones are newly coming up and will probably need more spending in the future. That's on elderly care and on mental care. Now, spending is one thing. The other question is, what do we get for the amounts of money that we pay? And we have some serious concerns there. What we see is that our costs are rising faster than the life expectancy, and specifically the life expectancy in perceived good health is rising. So what we need there is a boost. For some reason we have plateaued, we need to find the next boost there. The other thing is what we learned around 2017, 2018, based upon complaints from doctors and from patients, is that there was not enough focus on quality of life, and we seem to have sort of started changing that bend again in terms of focusing on quality of life. But it's not where we want to be. So how have we addressed this resilience issue so far? We've basically addressed that resilience issue by new policies, by new structures, and a heavy part has been done by changing the incentives for providers. We've been working with fee-for-services and moved that to DRGs. And the basic aim of that was to make sure doctors and nurses see more patients per day. So actually we want people to do more and pay them accordingly. So what is the effect of that? The effect of that is that people start seeing more, and that of course that's not reducing cost. That led to people on the other side saying, well, wait a minute, that's not what we want to see, that you do more so we pay more. And they say, well, let's capitate the budgets. So the effect now is, on one side of the healthcare system, people are incentivized to do more, and even if they do less, I would say if they do the right thing, they're severely penalized. So actually that creates a rather disastrous dialogue. And on the other side of the system, people come in with new policies saying this is no longer what we should do, or this is what we shouldn't do, or this is a capitation, or we want you to come up with shared savings. And what's happening is this is not moving the needle. We all know here from value-based healthcare that value-based healthcare has another answer to resilience. Let the teams focus on outcomes and costs will follow. Well, the question is that true? Do we have any early evidence that that's working? And I'm happy to say that we've done some research now in the Netherlands and that we can say, yes, it works. We've seen in the year 2019 that 1 billion euros minimum have been saved by all those value-based healthcare initiatives that may have started years ago. That's 1.2% approximately of the total budget spent. So where does it come from? Many of you know Diabetes in the Netherlands. Diabetes focusing on diabetes 1 children, making sure that their treatment is much better and that there's a team taking care of them with their families instead of doing that in the silos. You can see what the cost reductions are directly per patient. We're not incorporating here even the fact that these children do not end up as much in the emergency room as they used to. So this is Diabetes. ParkinsonNet started way earlier with Bas Bloem and his team, is actually reducing costs much more in 2018. And why is that? Basically because Bas and all the Parkinson specialists in the network have been able to postpone the effects of Parkinson for the people that have Parkinson before they really become patients. That's a tremendous effect, and this is only the direct cost effect. In our database, we currently have analyzed 173 known value-based healthcare projects in the Netherlands. I know there are more, but at least this is what we have at this point, and I think we're talking about an underestimation of the cost savings effects of value-based healthcare in the Netherlands. Now, if we look at the future, is this enough? Well, no. The predictions that we've seen, if we don't change any policies in the Netherlands, then in 2040 we would be spending 175 billion euros in the Netherlands. And now we're spending around 90 billion. So that's a tremendous increase. With value-based healthcare, just the projects and the implementations that we have today that will increase and improve over time, there's no doubt about it, they will shave off 25 billion of that budget growth. That's still not enough, but that's a significant contribution. Now, so we need more. We need more value-based healthcare initiatives, particularly in the elderly care, in the mental health, and in the new fields that we see, and the new categories that we haven't done so much work today. So what does that mean? It means that we need to speed up the train of value-based healthcare implementation. We need to use our brothers and sisters with other ideas and other notions together with value-based healthcare to make sure that we get the outcomes better, that we get the teams better, and that we can even push the cost of the system down, not by doing hop-snap bits and pieces of reduction, but basically by making sure that we have the teams working. So the aim is that this graph is not showing blood pressure. My dear colleague, is this the blood pressure? The answer should be, no. These are the cost cutting that we have been able to do on a full cycle of care for a patient. And I think we can do it. We've shown that it works. I see more and more teams getting ready to start going with this. And I hope that you will join that effort, not only in my country, but in many countries around the world.